Hey guys, welcome to the video and thanks for watching. In this video, kind of gonna go over the weekend series between the Storm and Rivermen. What a series, huh? From game 1 to game 2, just an overall strange experience if you're a Rivermen fan, and a euphoric experience if you're a Quad City Storm fan. And they have every reason to be euphoric. They're riding a 4-game win streak, sweeping Pensacola Ice Flyers, now sweeping the second place Peoria Rivermen. And you could say what you want about Quad City Storm sweeping the Ice Flyers. You don't want to credit them that, whatever. But whether you like it or not, Rivermen are one of the top teams in this league. They're in second place for a reason. And yeah, they were hot coming into this series matchup. But the Storm cooled them right the hell off from period 1 of game 1. And they really just outworked and outplayed the Rivermen and just kind of steamrolled them in game 1 in that first period and really set the tone for how that weekend was going to go. So we're going to touch on some of the numbers and go over the game. And we'll go from there. So starting with the Storm, in game 1, they had 20 shots on goal and scored 7 of those shots out of the 20, which is just a horrendous percentage to have. Not all those goals came against Colby Muse. Only 2 of them did. The rest were given up by our backup goalie Peroni, which literally we just signed at the start of that series. In game 2, they had 28 shots against the Rivermen and scored 3 of them. Like I said, for a combined of 48 shots in both games. So to put that in perspective, Rivermen had more shots in game 2 than Storm had shots in game 1 and game 2 combined. So that just shows you how well the Storm are executing right now and how well they're playing hockey right now. Like I said, the final score was 7-4 in game 1. A historic 6 goals scored in the first period against the Rivermen, something that's never been done in Rivermen hockey history, giving up 6 goals in any period, let alone the first one. And I don't know what happened with the Rivermen on that. From team defense to goaltending, they just weren't there. It was a total failure on all fronts, and Storm came out and just set the tone early against the Rivermen, and Rivermen weren't ready for that. Now, of the 7 goals that were given up in that first game, 1 was an empty net goal at the end, and 2 was led up by Colby Muse, and 4 was led in by Peroni in the first period. Colby Muse was actually pulled after letting in the first 2 goals, and then after the first period, they reinserted Colby Muse into the game. So, you don't see that often, but the way Peroni was in there and the way our defense was playing, we really didn't have a choice in the manner. Peroni was just kind of all over the place, sliding out of position and giving up bad rebounds and just not really doing us any favors. I understand what Guy's thought process was in putting in Peroni to try and wake up the Rivermen, but it just didn't work out the way he had envisioned and had to reinsert Colby Muse to somewhat save face. Like I said, it's not, all teams have bad games. No, not all teams give up 6 goals in one period. But like I said in the previous video, all teams have bad games. That was not a great game to have. Sava Smirnov had a hat trick in that game, and he completed that with the empty net goal at the end. Leif Matson had a goal in each game. Whelan Parrish had a goal. Johnny Witzke had a few goals. Again, those guys are what's going to really carry the Storm, especially while Golka is still out on injury. Let me just say Leif Matson is an absolute stud of this league. He is the prototype you want in this league. He does everything well. Great skater, great agility, great at passing people open, knows where people are supposed to be on the ice. He knows where he's supposed to be on the ice. And obviously, he can put the puck in the net. He is a very dangerous player, and you got to account for Leif Matson at all times. And again, Whelan Parrish and Johnny Witzke are great assets to have on the Storm as well. When they get Cole Golka back from injury and he's good and healthy, like it or not, this can be a dangerous team when they get it together. So, that's how that goes. And Brent Moran, I'm not a big fan of his complaining and whining and crying every time he lets up a goal. But, you got to give credit when it's due. Doesn't take away from how great he is between the pipes. He stopped 83 of 90 shots on the Rivermen this weekend, both games combined. So, and Leif Matson also, again, like I said, had the game-winning goal in the shootout. The Stars on Storm did exactly what they were supposed to do, and that's why the Storm walked away with a sweep on the Rivermen, or skated away with a sweep, I should say. On the Rivermen side of things, in Game 1, they had 41 shots on goal, and in Game 2, they had 49 shots on goal. So overall, that combined for about 90 shots, like I said, that Brett Moran faced. Compared, to what the Rivermen faced, it's pretty much double. So you got to tip your cap to Brent Moran on that one. As much as I don't like to, you have to. He's a good goalie and has played very well for Quad City Storm these past 4 games. Jordan Ernst had a couple goals this weekend. Alec Bear had a goal. Michael McChesney. In Game 2, Griffin Fox, Cal List, and Mike Gillette all had a goal. Came down to a shootout. Just wasn't in the cards for the Rivermen. Like I said, Matson ended up getting the game-winning shootout goal to clinch the sweep for the Storm. Colby Muse stopped 31 of 36 shots on the weekend, and Peroni stopped 7 of 11 shots while he was into the game. What I will say about the Rivermen, in spite of that horrendous first period they had in Game 1, I liked the fact that Colby Muse came back to start the second and finished the game and didn't allow another goal while he was in net. And the Rivermen didn't quit. They came back and put 4 goals on the board to make it a more respectable score, and it would have ended 6-4 if not for the empty net goal at the last second. So I'm not gonna sit here and bash Colby Muse. That's kind of ignorant if I do. Like I said, Muse has been great for us. Yeah, he's had a rough couple games, one against Havoc and then the start of that game against the Storm. But other than that, the dude's been pretty rock solid and a big part of the reason the Rivermen are successful. So right now, the Rivermen are on a 2-game losing streak after being swept, and their next matchup will be against Birmingham Bulls. So right now, Birmingham Bulls are sputtering. they're on a losing streak themselves. They just got swept by Knoxville Ice Bears. So this is a game both teams, or this is a series that both teams are looking to get back on track with. So this is going to be a great series between those two. With Storm, they're going to go up against the Thunderbolts. The Thunderbolts are kind of playing better hockey right now too, so that's looking like it's going to be a good series. Like I said, there's not really much else to say. Rivermen did have an outstanding game too. The stats reflect that. Just Storm executed better when it mattered most. And that's why they got the W. All you can do is tip your cap and get ready for the next game against the Bulls. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to make a few other breakdown videos later on in the week, so be on the lookout for those. And I always keep it Rivermen style, and see you at the next puck drop.